if you have any sincerity, watch this video, and I will have to avoid using certain terms because of the censorship, obviously, on YouTube and other platforms, that they wouldn't allow you to push the video forward unless that you use specific terms and you avoid other terms. So help this video to reach the most amount of people as possible by liking it, sharing it, and letting people know and sending it to them so they can actually watch what's going on. Those people who are oblivious to reality, who think this is actually an equal war between two parties and two sides. And that's why you always hear this phrase being used by the people on the opposite side, that Israel has the right to defend itself. And that's why most of those people watching the media think that this is the case, that actually, yeah, the Palestinians have been attacking them, they have the right to defend themselves, they have the right to do whatever they're doing. So let's actually talk about some of the facts, some of the what's actually going on the ground, and not hypothetical fairyland scenarios that have been put forward in the media, and the wider context that they're not actually talking to you about. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the Israeli army. What is the Israeli army? The Israeli army is over 500,000 personnel. Those over 500,000 personnel, they have battle tanks, they have an air dome defense against all of the missiles that goes against them, they have assault rifles, the most modern weapons you can imagine. And more weapons are being given by the Americans on a daily basis. They have 2,000 personnel as navies. They have over 64 battleships. They have over 90,000 personnel working in air forces. They have over 684 aircrafts, like the F-15, F-16, F-35, A-4, and all of these types of modern aircrafts. They have a universal healthcare system that is ranked the third in the world. So put this picture in your mind. They have a budget of over 20 billion per year, per annum, just for their military and just for their forces. Now, this is one side. This is the Israelis. Now, compare that to the Palestinians, who are living in Gaza, 2.5 million people in the most populated, dense places that you can even imagine. Over 400 or 500 people in each 100 square meters. Okay? So 2.5 million people, over 500 of each is in 100 square meters. Can you imagine or understand what is going on here? The sea is controlled by the Israeli Navy. The land is controlled all over the place by the army. There's a blockade that is even labeled illegal by the UN themselves. So they are labeling that blockade that is taking place as illegal. Now they cut the water, there's no food, there's no electricity. And before that, they were putting them on what they call the diet. So they're not allowing the food to enter.
Targeted attacks on civilian infrastructure with a clear aim to cut off men, women, children of water, electricity and heating. With the winter coming, these are acts of pure terror, and we have to call it as such.
Gaza, this is before the events that you can see happening today. So this has always been the case. There's no electricity. There's no way that they can do anything. The hospitals that they have are being bombed. The media centers are even being bombed. The media personnel are being killed. The human aid people are being killed. According to the UN, they will tell you that even the media personnel that have nothing to do with this are being killed. Now, when we look at the side of the Palestinians, now what army do they have? They have zero army, zero navy, zero air forces, zero tanks, zero weapons, zero military budget, nothing. Over 43 of the population are under the age of 15. They're children. Over 43 of the population, not to mention women, not to mention children. So do you understand what we're talking about here? We're talking about people who are put under the largest air prison in human history. These people every day, they're thinking, when is the next bomb is going to hit us? They're sitting in their buildings. There is no food. There's no water. There's nothing. Everything around them is being blockaded. And whoever tries to escape is being killed. Now, what kind of equal war are you talking about? Are you living as a human being in the same planet that we're living in? This is similar to someone putting a family in a prison cell and then not giving them food, not giving them water, not giving them anything. And one day, the father, he gets upset, so he throws a fork at you, plastic fork at you, and then you get a shotgun and you kill everyone there. And then you say, I have a right to self-defense. This is a similar analogy to what is going on. You need to understand that this is not an equal war.